Chelsea new signing has arrived, as well as the latest on Xavi Simons. Garnacho is pushing for the move, and Nkunku shocked interest from Inter. Broja is gone, and Tyrique George could be next. This is chaos, but it's calculated. This is Chelsea, and it's only just the beginning. So if you are new around here, make sure you subscribe, like the video. We're on the road to 10k. Let's dive into it. Chelsea have announced the capture of the Netherlands international Jorrel Hato from Ajax. We followed his rise through Ajax framed academy, and now he's ready to make the big step up to Europe's biggest stages. And speaking of the decision, Hato told us, "I was only thinking about my future, and this is what I wanted. I think I'll be good fit the way Chelsea are playing, so I was sure about taking this step to Chelsea." He went on to say, "I'm very excited. I'm so happy to be here. I thought a lot about my future and wanted to make the next step in my career, and Chelsea is the best place for me to do that, so I'm very, very happy." For Hato, leaving Ajax wasn't easy. For sure, it was a big decision. I played 7 years at Ajax, and for me, it was home. The people, the players, the coaches, the culture, so it wasn't easy to leave. But my feeling was, at the moment, I need to make a big step, the biggest club in the competition, and for me, this was the right decision at the moment. And the underlying excitement within the whole fan base. Chelsea transfer target Xavi Simons couldn't resist chaining in on Chelsea post, simply writing, "Me boy." But speaking of Xavi Simons, here is the latest. The Xavi Simons saga is heating up. And while Chelsea fans wait in anticipation, let's break down what is happening. At the moment, things only get concrete once Chelsea placed a bid. As it stands, RB Leipzig are waiting. As reported by Philip Heinzen 24, no formal offer has been submitted. And this is the key delay right now. While interest is 100% real, Chelsea are in active discussion. Progress has slowed in recent days, but that doesn't mean nothing is happening. Massive developments. Xavi Simons was not included in RIB's squad to face Atlanta in the preseason friendly. The reason, according to Peletigo, the imminent departure from Leipzig. And it didn't stop there. Xavi Simons has removed RB Leipzig from his Instagram bio. Some tried to downplay it, but Fabrizio Romano confirmed it best. It's a transfer message. Xavi Simons wants to go and he's not extending his contract. He does not want to stay at RB Leipzig. So where does Chelsea fit in all this? A new roundtable talk has already been scheduled. Chelsea want to close the deal very soon and are ramping up to make their official move. The player is on board. Chelsea are keen. RB Leipzig are simply waiting for that green light to arrive in form of an official bid. But moving on, this one came as a shock. But honestly, should we really be surprised? Tyrique George, one of Coburn's brightest, wants to leave Chelsea this month. Reduced game time, limited pathway, and now Bundesliga club cycle. According to Fabrizio Romano, both RB Leipzig and Borussia Mönchengladbach has asked about him. The interest is real, and what is even telling more, a permanent move is also on the table. But Chelsea prefer to keep Tyrique George as they believe in his potential, but at the same time they understand his frustration. He wants regular football, he wants to play, and you can't really blame him. The club's recent move hasn't helped the cause. The arrival of Joao Pedro, Gittins, and possibly Alejandro Garnacho has pushed him further down the pecking order, from next stop to boxed out. But now, according to Fabrizio Romano, and let's not forget during Chelsea club-to-club talk with RB Leipzig for Xavi Simons, Tyrique George's name came up as a separate discussion. This isn't a swap deal, but Leipzig made it clear they are watching him closely. The move to Germany will make sense. The Bundesliga has been a talent hub for English talents looking for trust and minutes. Jude Bellingham, Jadon Sancho, Jamal Musiala, even Chelsea new signing Gittins have all their feet there. Tyrique George could be the next name on the list. It's tough to see an academy talent walk away like this, but the squad is stacked and space limited. Sometimes the only way forward is out. Whether Chelsea find a clever loan, including a heavy buyback clause, or let him leave permanently, this is one to be watching closely. Because Tyrique George has the tools to become a very top player. The question is, where will he get the chance? But now, here is the latest on Alejandro Garnacho. Because as reported by Fabrizio Romano, Alejandro Garnacho has given his total priority to Chelsea. Talks took place on the player side. No negotiation yet with Manchester United, as price will be a key factor. Timing of the deal not expected to be imminent. Can take some time with Chelsea focused on outgoing plus Xavi Simons. And let that sink in. Total priority. That's just not interest. That is intent. Talks has already taken place on the side of the player, and Garnacho is fully focused on joining Chelsea. He wants the move, he sees the project, and is waiting for the green light. And if there is any doubt left about how serious he is, I went and liked the post linking him to Chelsea. That's not accidental. That's a clear message, direct and deliberate. Now here is where things get interesting. As of today, there has been no negotiation with Manchester United, as price will be a key factor. Chelsea have not yet placed a bid. but we know how this club operates. They move smart and they move when the timing is right. And the timing is not expected to be imminent. Can take some time, with Chelsea focused on outgoing and Xavi Simons. This is the current stance. Chelsea are managing exit. Tyrique George is close to the door. Sterling departure is only a matter of time, and the club is still working to close the Xavi Simons deal. But Garnacho is patient, he's ready, he has already chosen us. And when you think about it, it makes sense. Garnacho brings explosiveness, chaos, and fearlessness. He thrives in transition, he isn't afraid to take risks, and has that big game DNA. For Chelsea, who are building young, hungry, fearless squad under Enzo Maresca, this is the kind of signing that raises the level. He's not just potential, he's already delivered moments on bigger stages, and he's just 20. So here is where we start. The player wants Chelsea, the club is keen. United will wait for the right price, but when the time comes, if Chelsea push the button, this could happen, because it's only a matter of time before the pressure starts building. Alejandro Garnacho to Chelsea, it's not imminent, but it's brewing, and it's very, very real. Speaking of what is very real, it looks like Inter Milan are making a move for Christopher Nkunku, and quietly, this one is building behind the scene. According to L'Equipe, Inter Milan has been in talks with Christopher Nkunku representative for several days to determine the form of his arrival, and that wording says a lot. Potential form, not just interest. They are discussing how it could be done: loan, permanent, option to buy, all on the table. Now let's be real. Nkunku's time at Chelsea so far has been complicated. Injuries, setback, lack of rhythm has made it nearly impossible for him to gain real momentum. We know the talent is there, the movement, the link-up play, the eye for goal. But since arriving from RB Leipzig, it just hasn't clicked. And now Inter smells an opportunity. They have been quiet in talks with his camp for this, trying to understand the situation, his mindset, and what it would take to bring him to San Siro. This isn't a wait-and-see type of interest, it's active. And it makes sense. Inter Milan has lost attacking fluidity with departures and injury. They want someone who can float between the lines, play second striker, link midfield and attack. Nkunku fits that mold perfectly. From Chelsea side, the club isn't actively trying to push him out, but with the squad stack and the arrival of Xavi Simons potentially incoming, things are starting to get crowded in the attacking third. Kopama is untouchable, and Nkunku is no longer guaranteed minutes. And that's the tension, because Nkunku needs rhythm, he needs trust, and right now Inter might be offering just that. So here we are now. Inter Milan are in discussion, Nkunku's camp is listening. Chelsea are open, but the structure of the deal might be everything. It's still early, nothing has been agreed. But if Inter push, things could move fast. Don't be shocked if we hear more in coming days. Christopher Nkunku to Inter is no longer just a rumor, it's a situation to watch very closely. Let's unpack the moment that Chelsea fans have seen coming, and now it's finally happening. Because as Fabrizio said bluntly, it's over between Armando Broja and Chelsea. Understand the transfer to Burnley will be permanent. Broja will complete his medical in the next 24 hours and will sign a long-term deal with Burnley. Chelsea accepted the condition. Here we go. A permanent transfer accepted between Chelsea and Burnley. No loan, no strings attached. Broja will sign a long-term contract with Burnley. Chelsea have accepted the condition. Here we go indeed. According to Nizar Cancela, the deal could be worth up to £20 million, but the exact price hasn't been confirmed. Some outlets have suggested a range as high as 25 million in add-ons. The lower figure aligns with what Burnley can realistically afford, and Chelsea will happily accept. And yes, the account will benefit too. As Nizar Cancela noted, a board agreement has been reached between Chelsea and Burnley for Broja, but the 23-year-old is yet to give the green light to move himself with a 5-year deal on the table. So keep an eye on the signature, or likely a public unveiling. But now, a short history lesson of Broja and Chelsea. Academy products debuted in 2020, already showing promise earlier. Injury nightmares, serious ACL injury damage at end of 2022, limiting his 2023 campaign, then an awkward leg setback at Everton last season. Multiple loans, Southampton, then Fulham, then Everton, 0 goals in 2 separate Premier League spells, and just 3 goals for Chelsea in total. Long leading times, but short period impact. Even though a contract until 2028, followed the injury is no longer in Maresca's plan, especially with new forward coming in and pathway clutter. Chelsea sees this as a clean breakout with profits, and his exit frees up space, shirt number and salary cap, paving the way for moves like Garnacho or Simon to settle. A new chapter at Burnley, Premier League survival mode, but under pressure to perform immediately. The 5-year deal suggests confidence that he could rediscover his form when trusted. He came through the Cobham ranks, fell into an injury setback, went to every loan imaginable, and never would replicate the early spark. For Chelsea, it's early August. Outgoing matters, outliers must exit. Broja leaves behind a bit of unsolved promise, but also a club ready to move forward. And so Broja to Burnley is more than likely it's done, except signatures. We will hear the player confirmation and the medical updates earlier this week. So that's the video there. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.